You're on your way to Gainesville now. What are you hoping to learn or achieve in coming back up here again, 25 years later?
Well, what we're hoping to do is not what I want to learn as much as to educate everybody about what we found out and ask people to, when we let people know who it is we think, excuse me, that took Tiffany, and you know, and why, I'm hoping that will jog some memories. The guy that we believe took her lived in Gainesville for almost 5 years during the time that Tiffany disappeared and Beth Foster was murdered. And so I'm hoping that somebody had to know him for 5 years. He worked places. We've talked to people that worked with him, but there may be other people out there that we haven't talked to, and we need a little help to finally wring this down. But I think we're awful close.
You're talking about Paul Rolls?
Yes.
And how did the investigation lead to him? What fingers were pointed? Who spoke?
Well, it was really the investigation to Beth Foster's murder that led us to him, and the similarities were very strong. Same neighborhood, same age girls, same kind of situation. So we really, that was where it started when the DNA testing came back on Beth Foster, definitively tying him to that murder. Then we got a lot more interested, and so the cold case squad, Kevin Allen and the rest of the folks at the sheriff's department did a great job of following up and coming up with some additional evidence that we think ties in very closely to Tiffany's disappearance.
And I know you know all this already, but it'll be 25 years on Sunday, and for you, does it seem like 25 years?
Sometimes it seems like it was yesterday, and sometimes like it seems like it was a century ago. Right now, it seems awful close. You know, if you'd asked me that 6 months ago, I'd have probably said no. But it's never out of your mind. You know, it's one of those things that just, you know, I don't say that I think about it 24/7, but I think about it pretty much every day. And obviously, as we've been working hard over the last year, particularly, and Kevin's been amazing, and you know, we've tried to help with everything all the information we had gathered, and so it's been intense, to put it mildly. And we've done some major league excavation and searches and other things that unfortunately haven't turned up what we hoped, but we haven't given up. It's going on right now. You'll see it tomorrow.
Right. Well, with this new lead of sorts, what type of hope are you clinging to?
I would like to have, even though I believe that Paul Rolls is who took Tiffany, I'd like to have some more evidence that really nails it down. And obviously I would really like to be able to bring her home. You know, so, I mean, the goals now have shifted a little bit. Before it was, gee, can we figure out who did it? Now I think we've done that. Now we got to prove it, and we've got to, and hopefully we can, as I said, bring Tiffany home.
And is it hard being in Gainesville for you? I mean, I can't even imagine, but coming back here and being around where she used to live.
Well, yeah, it's you know, I mean, there's no pleasant memories for me in Gainesville. The only thing that's positive in Gainesville to me are the people of Gainesville who have, from day one, both law enforcement and just people, students, friends, everything else that have, you know, you're going to see people at that press conference tomorrow that started working on this case 25 years ago are still on it. And that's pretty remarkable.
It is. Are there any more leads other than the fact that we may know that it's Paul Rolls behind this?
Do we have other suspects?
Or, like, is there any other evidence at all? Or is that the main, the new...
There are some other ancillary things, but there are a few things that we are not going to disclose because it could compromise the investigation, and we want to keep them held back a little bit. But, yes, there are other things. Again, they're not absolutely definitive. If they were, this would be a different press conference. If we had found her watch in Paul Rolls' belongings, that would have been the end of this story. But we didn't. And we have some other things that, you know, besides just the commonality of the way it worked and the way this guy stalked people, there is, you know, he was in Tiffany's neighborhood. We know that. And I don't mean by Beth. I mean by very close to her house. And we know that he was in that area when she disappeared. And so there are some things there that we probably won't be releasing, but that that add to the validity of the journal and some of the other things.
Does the fact that Paul Rolls died in a state prison give you any comfort at all that he didn't die a free man?
Yes, it does. And, I wish he hadn't died right away but they interviewed him, and he wouldn't even admit to death, even if they confronted him with the DNA. I don't think, as much as I'd like to think it would have happened, I honestly don't believe that he would have helped us if he was still alive. And at least I know that he didn't get back out and start all over again. So, yeah, I'm glad he's dead. It would have been nice if he was alive and confessed, but I don't think we would have ever gotten that from him. He never confessed really to Beth. And the other one's the only reason he confessed is he physically got caught there.
As far as the current Gainesville community is concerned, what do you hope to bring for the current Gainesville community for tomorrow's press conference?
I hope to bring a lot of information, that will pique people's interest and realize that we have a real opportunity to solve this now, to finalize it, and that, that because of that, it's been 25 years and this is a little update, and we're hoping you'll help us. This is, here's what happened, help us prove it, and help us find